Hey, it's your boy Chango coming at you with another video. This video is Dana White reveals shocking truth about Joe Rogan to Andrew Schulz. Alright, so I did an Andrew Schulz video yesterday, and here comes another one, so let's get right into it.
Yeah, I never talked. So Lex Friedman, I did his podcast, and apparently he was there when this all went down.
Yeah.
But this has never been talked about or brought up or whatever, and would have never been talked about if Lex Friedman didn't bring it up. But yeah, when Rogan was going through his thing, it was at the peak of this cancel culture shit going on, right? And I was like, yeah, fuck that shit. First of all, it's easy to look at things, like when you look at Rogan and Rogan makes shitloads of money. He's got the biggest podcast in the world and all this shit. But back in the day, so when we bought the UFC was based in New York. So the offices were here. There was
Even
a guy
though
named,
it was illegal to put on the fight?
but their offices were here. Bob Meyerowitz, the owner, is from New York, and the offices were here in New York. So after we bought the company, I jumped on a plane and I flew out here, and I had to go through the office and figure out what I was going to bring to Vegas and what I was going to leave, what was worth it. Well, they had a room that was just full of fucking tapes, right? So I had to go through each fucking tape and watch every tape to make sure it wasn't something important. So I pop in this tape, and it's the Keenan Ivory Wayans show. He had his own talk show.
I remember that. Yeah.
And they had fucking Joe Rogan on.
Yeah.
And Keenan Ivory Wayans says to him, "You're into this this ultimate fighting stuff, huh?" And Rogan starts going fucking off on the UFC, Maurice Smith, and what he would do to all these action stars and all this stuff. And this is the fucking fear factor guy. You know what I mean? And the way that Joe talked and how passionate he was, I go, this is the fucking guy that I need. This is the fucking guy. It just hit me, right? So I reach out to Rogan, and we start going back and forth. And I said, I would love you to come in and be one of the commentators. And Rogan's attitude was, so wait a minute. So you're saying I can come over there, sit in the best seats in the house and watch the sport that I love for fucking free?
Yeah.
I'm in. So at the time, financially, we were getting fucking murdered. Rogan did the first 12 or 13 shows for free.
Wow.
For free.
Yeah. And he's stoked.
And killed it. And the thing that I loved about Joe Rogan was when you were sitting there and watching Joe Rogan on TV and he was on the mic, he wasn't one of these HBO fucking goofball talking fucking heads that were being paid.
Yeah.
You felt that this dude not only knew what he was talking about, but loved what this is about. Yeah. And that began the relationship with me and Joe Rogan that now has been, coming up on 20-something years.
Okay,
and
so
you think that you're gonna fucking cancel Joe Rogan and you're gonna and I'm gonna just say okay? Yeah. No, I will fucking quit this job and leave and go do something else before you're gonna try to fucking.
I loved it.
And the whole cancel thing, I literally just talked about this a couple days ago with, if you're in the right place in your life, and who the fuck's gonna cancel you?
Yeah.
The only ones that can really cancel you are your fucking family and your friends.
Yeah.
Fuck all these other people.
The strangers you never
Fuck
see in your life.
Who gives a shit what any of these fucking people think?
Dude, it's so funny how serendipitous your life is. You get kicked out of Boston, luckily. You go to a wedding randomly and meet the guy. You're looking at tapes. Did you look through every single tape, or?
I went through every fucking tape in that building.
Because you have to clear out a hoarder's supply closet.
Well, you have to make sure you're not throwing away something that's actually valuable that we'll need in the future.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I had to determine what we were going to keep and what we weren't going to keep.
Did you get anything else out of those tapes, or it's all worth it if you got Joe? But
if you look at what became of Joe Rogan, and how important he is to the sport,
huge.
Without a doubt, the most valuable tape that I watched that day.
Absolutely.
You were saying the business was losing money like crazy. Do you ever sit down with the Fertitta brothers and go, okay, let's buy this. This can be something. Why do you even feel it can be something? Like, take me through this lot.
I'll tell you a crazy story. So at the time, I was managing guys, right? Boxers and MMA fighters.
What boxers did you have?
I had
any guys I would know?
And how did that happen?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Somebody else just asked me this question too. How it happened, I don't know. I always had this thing where I don't know, people would come to me and ask me to help them with, you should see my office now. Like every day, a majority of my day is taking meetings with people that are building businesses and want to ask if I will be a part of their, it's like fucking Shark Tank at my office every day. I'm literally in there and people are pitching me their business ideas. And it, oddly enough, before I had ever really done anything, I owned gyms and was in the training business. People have always come to me and asked me to help them do something.
Yeah.
You know, so it happened in the fight world. I had these gyms and I was training people and fighters would come to me. Derek, Derek, what's your last name, Derek? I got Derek a fight with Roy Jones Jr. I did the deal for that fight. Derek, Derek Harmon. I got Derek Harmon the fight with Roy. I negotiated that deal and did all that.
On
Before
HBO?
we bought the UFC, yeah, that was the biggest thing I had ever done before we bought the UFC.
Now, this is Roy's heyday. Are you telling your fighter, like, go out there, give it your best shot?
No, this is let's see how much money we can get for this fight. Fucking Roy Jones.
Yeah.
Roy Jones is going to get all the money.
Yeah.
You're going to make a couple $1 million and get in there and try to fucking beat him.
You know, that whole world is interesting. I don't know how many of you folks follow MMA. I am a huge fan. This next one coming up this weekend with Elia, Taporia, and Max Holloway, and all of that. Like that looks like a sick fight. I am excited about that one. But it's crazy how he found out about Joe Rogan, right? I mean, obviously he knew him from Fear Factor. I feel like everybody did, right? Joe Rogan with hair, right? But to come after him after all the shit he's done, like, I can see why, and that's cool that Dana White would defend him, right? If he was working for a Fortune 500 company, Joe Rogan would have been canceled a long time ago, right? But because it's Dana White at the UFC, they have a little bit of say. And, like, I feel like they don't have to follow rules as closely because it's the fucking UFC. It's fucking human cockfighting, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like he's done a lot for the sport. And I saw this on my feed. I guess it's because I watched the other can't even think right now. I saw the other Andrew Schulz video yesterday with Joe Rogan in it, and I'm guessing YouTube knows me pretty well by now, so this was in my feed. But if you enjoyed this, you enjoy comedy, you enjoy MMA, you enjoy this big smile and all of that, go ahead and like and subscribe so that way you can be part of Team Chango as well. And go ahead and hit the notification bell while you're at it. That helps your boy Chango out. That's all I really got. You guys take care. Peace out.